Hey, this is Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, I'm going to show you the actual cost for $25,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 52-year-old male. Now, first thing you need to understand is you can go directly to our website, and on just about every page, we've got this quoter here, and you can just select the state that you live in. We are licensed in all 50 states, by the way. Select the coverage amount, birth date, put the rest of the info, and click Get Quotes Now. It will show you all the best insurance companies and all the best rates, and you will be an educated consumer, and you will not fall for those teaser rates on so many of those different insurance companies out there that are offering rates that sound too good to be true, because they are too good to be true. You can also call us at our toll-free number, 888-862-9456. And one of our agents can help you get exact pricing as well. Now, first thing you want to kind of understand at age 52-year-old male is, is that $25,000 you're looking at, is that going to be enough insurance for what your final expenses or final needs are? Now, that would typically fall into two areas, cremation or burial. So if you're going to get cremated, the average cost of a cremation right now in the United States is between $1,000 to $2,000. Now, that's if you just come home in a cardboard box or an urn. Now, if you're going to have some sort of ceremony with that, like a remembrance ceremony or celebration of life ceremony, then that's probably going to bring that up to around $3,500 to $4,500, including the cremation. So, most people that we help are actually, if they're going to have that cremation where they come home in a cardboard box or an urn, they're probably looking at $5,000 to $7,000. And that's a little more insurance than they need right now, but they're 52. They're probably going to live to 62, 72, and provide some extra funds for, inflationary price increases as time goes on. If you're looking at that cremation with the service, then most people will look maybe $7,000 to $10,000. Now, a lot of people would say, can I get more insurance? Yeah, certainly you can get more insurance. It's just that most of the people that we work with and help are on fixed or limited incomes, and their budgets are kind of tight. So we recommend not overinsuring. A lot of times when people say, hey, I'd like $25,000, what they're wanting to do is leave some money behind for the kids, some extra money too. And if you're on a fixed or limited income, just take care of, the final expense needs. Don't get any extra insurance. That money is better spent on you while you're alive, or you could spend that on your kids while they're alive, and you could have those memories and they could have those memories. We'd rather see you kind of spend that money on yourself rather than going to an insurance company executive. But, get what insurance you actually need right now. The other thing, too, is if you get a smaller amount of coverage right now, we can always help you add more coverage later. So just keep that in mind. That's what a lot of people do, and that's what keeps this insurance really affordable. Now, the average cost of a burial in the United States is right around $10,000. Now, that's if, that's if you died today. And you got to understand too that, if you did pass away and your family walked into a funeral home with a $10,000 check, pretty much anywhere in the United States, it's hard to imagine a funeral home would turn that down, because if they don't take it, you're going to walk down the street and one of their competitors is going to take it. Just understand, at $10,000, that's not going to be anything fancy. And at age 52, that will take care of things as of right now. But as you get older and due to inflation, you're going to need more coverage. So you can handle that one of two ways. You can just get more coverage right off the bat. A lot of times people would look at $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, perhaps even $25,000 if their budget allows. But again, if your budget's tight, just get $10,000 right now. We can always help you add more coverage later. We do that all the time. Now, one thing we always recommend is get first day coverage or benefits. That's the only thing we help people with at Funeral Funds of America. We do not recommend those 2-year waiting period plans, and I will go over that in a minute. But yeah, you want to get first day coverage. And what that means is that if your policy was approved and issued today and you died tomorrow, the insurance company would pay out the full $25,000. So a lot of people would say, well, I really like the first day coverage, but I know they ask health questions and I'm not in the greatest health, to which we say, hey, your health is not your concern. That's our concern. And we work with enough different insurance companies, and they all have different underwriting. They all have different health questions that most of the time we are able to get people first day coverage. In fact, 90 to 95% of the time we're able to get first day coverage or benefits for folks. The only reason we wouldn't be able to get to that first day coverage is if you had something really significant health-wise going on, like, maybe you had a terminal illness and you were going to pass away in the next 12 months, or maybe you had dementia, or you're on dialysis, or you're in a hospital or a nursing home. If that were the case, we'd probably refer you out to a different insurance company. The other thing that can happen, seems like this does happen on a weekly basis. We get a call from somebody and they say, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week and they didn't have insurance and we don't have any money. And now their body's at the funeral home and the funeral home director's not going to do anything until we get the money, get a check. So we need to get this insurance really quickly so that we can file a claim and get a check, and then get a check to the funeral home director. And we have to tell them that there is no insurance company in the United States that is going to issue a policy on somebody who's already dead. These policies, you have to get them while you are alive. And it's really sad because the person who passed away obviously knew they were going to die someday and just did not take care of it. And they just kind of rolled the dice that they would eventually take care of it, and just death beat them to the punch. And now they put their families in a real financial hardship, but just a real emotionally difficult situation too. Because number one, they don't have the money, but number two, they're just going to have to come to the terms that, somebody who said they loved them and would take care of them in the future didn't do that, and left with them with this big expense and this big financial and emotional burden. So what a terrible legacy to leave behind. This surprise for your family when you could have taken care of it. It's affordable. If you can't afford everything you need, you can get something. You can always add more coverage later. But don't be that person. You don't want to be the person with the legacy that every time your name comes up, everybody thinks back and goes, oh yeah, they stiffed us with all those bills, and we didn't have the money, and we spent the next 3 to 5 years paying that off. Don't do that to people. Don't be that person. So we don't recommend the 2-year waiting periods. Colonial Penn is probably one of the more well-known ones. Their $9.95 plan is a 2-year waiting period. You probably didn't know that, did you? There's other companies out there too that have 2-year waiting periods, like Mutual of Omaha, the United of Omaha line, and AIG and Gerber. And there's a whole bunch of other companies out there too that's the only thing they offer is 2-year waiting period plans. And some of these companies have done an amazing job of convincing the American public that, the only thing you qualify for after age 50 is a 2-year waiting period plan. And nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, when we hear that, we always go, ha, 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 ha. Do not listen to such nonsense, because we help people with first day coverage all day long. Now, there's probably a lot of 52-year-old males out there that, they see that Colonial Penn commercial for $9.95. And they think, oh my gosh, I can probably get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, maybe even $50,000 for $9.95. And then they talk with an agent from Colonial Penn, or they go on their website like we've done here, and they find that a male age 52, $9.95 is only going to buy 1 unit of coverage. That is $1,565. Now, that's probably enough to take care of a cremation right now in a lot of part of the country. Maybe not some, but you got to consider it's got a 2-year waiting period. So, in 2 years, we know that things are going to be more expensive than they are right now. So again, it's not going to pay out anything in the next 2 years if it's a health or medical related cause of death. And $1,565 is going to be worth less in 2 years just because of inflation. So you're already kind of behind the 8 ball. And we always recommend people be cautious of, these teaser rates. They're super low pricing, because would it be impossible to believe that these companies advertise these teaser rates to get you to call in? And then once you find out how little the coverage is, perhaps they try to upsell you. I'm not saying that's the case here, but you can make that determination on your own. But let's take a look. The maximum coverage you can get for Colonial Penn at age 52 is 15 units of coverage. Let's see if that even gets us close to 25,000. So, yeah, it doesn't even get to 25,000. Right around 23,000, 23,475. So you can't even get $25,000 through Colonial Penn, and it is $149 if that's what you're wanting to go with. Now, what would first day coverage be? Could we save some money with first day coverage? I do believe we can. Let's explore. So here we go. $25,000, male, age 52. We're going to click the Get Quote button. And remember, this is roughly $23,000 for $150. And here we go. I'm going to show you this again up here. I want you to believe me. $25,000. That is right at $69.27. So about $70. And you look at here, and the Colonial Penn plan is right, it's actually over 200% higher for roughly the same amount of insurance. And yeah, you get stuck with the 2-year waiting period policy too. So again, this is $70. This is $150. Colonial Penn is roughly $80 more a month. And that is roughly $960 more a year. And if you have this plan 10 years, it's going to cost roughly $9,600 more just to go with the plan. It's got a 2-year waiting period, and they're going to be more expensive, and they're going to allow you to overpay for the rest of your life. If that doesn't make sense to you, then let us help you with first day coverage. It can save you a lot of money. Let's look at some other insurance companies here. Let's go down and look a little bit. And you'll be able to see all these companies on our quote. So like Lumico, yeah, we see them once in a while. Level coverage, $102 versus 70, roughly 70. So that's roughly $30 a month more. That's $360 more a year. After 10 years, that's an extra $3,600 roughly. Why would you ever go with a company that's going to overcharge you $3,600 roughly over the next 10 years? That makes no sense to us. Let us help you. We can get you better pricing. Let's take a look here. Is any other companies? Oh, yeah, Lincoln Heritage. So Lincoln Heritage, they're a fine company, I guess. Their price is high. Yikeroos. Level coverage, though, that's a good deal. We want level coverage. But, yeah, their price is higher. They've got a program where when you pass away, they'll call 2-3 different funeral homes and like supposedly negotiate the best pricing. They may do a couple other things for you too, but they charge more for that. It's not a free service. They charge for it. So again, 108, actually right around 109. So, and we go back down to here and that's 69. So that's roughly $40 a month more, give or take. That's an extra $480 a year. After 10 years, that's going to be an extra $4,800 roughly. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth it to get that more expensive policy when, you're going to overpay roughly $4,800? And that's just after 10 years. That's assuming you don't live longer. And all they're going to do is call 2 or 3 funeral homes, maybe do a couple other things. I mean, seems like that might only be an hour or so of work. And they get paid an extra $4,800, give or take. So, most people would say, hey, that seems like a pretty good payday for the insurance company. And I guess we would probably tend to agree. So what we've done is we've created a free funeral and estate planning guide. We provide that free of charge. You can download it off our website, print it out, and then just fill it out and go, who gets what and what goes where. And just fill it out and say exactly what you want done after you're gone, all your final wishes. And you keep that with your insurance policy. And then when you do pass away, your family goes and they find the insurance policy and they know that you've protected them financially. They find the funeral estate planning guide. They know that you protected them emotionally, because all they need to do is just open that up and start reading what you'd written in there and follow your directions, and everything will be taken care of exactly as you wished. And with the insurance policy, you've provided the money to do so. And what an amazing gift to leave behind for your family. just letting them know that at some point while you were living, you knew you would be dead, you would not be here anymore. And you planned for that day for them because you wanted to protect them. What a wonderful legacy to leave behind. What a wonderful memory that they will have of you for doing so. So go to our website. You can fill out our quote on just about any page. We've got a special one for our YouTube viewers, funeralfunds.com/YouTube, and you can get the lowest rates and most discounts. You can also call us toll-free, 888-862-9456, and one of our agents can help you. But whether you've got a existing policy and you just want to price shop it or add coverage to it, we can help you out with that. And if you're just looking for a brand new policy, we can help you out with that. If you just need some help or have some questions or want some information, we can help you out with that as well. But we look forward to today where we actually do get to help you out and help you understand your options and get you the lowest pricing. Until that day comes, you stay safe, you take care, you have a nice day. Bye-bye.